Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And wow, Six of Cups. Beautiful energy, very tranquil, very harmonious, very resonant energy. Now this card also just kind of flew out of the deck as I was shuffling. So why don't we just kind of put that, I don't know, we'll just say we'll put it up here as a little mystery as we go along. Now let's put this 6 into some context. Already we've got some very good energy. Some fire, a lot of fire energy. More fire, more fire. And some earth and some air, some water, and some majors. This is looking pretty good, but let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith Waite Tarot. And this is just one card that we kind of randomly select. We're going to put the frog right on top. We're not going to look at it until the very end. And, you know, hopefully that will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Yeah. So let's see what's going on here. We've got our mystery here. This is going to be kind of what our ultimate goals are, what we're really looking at, right? What we're hoping for, let's say. But we've got one major arcana in terms of this Emperor energy. So I feel like the timing is really crucial here. It's really time to take action. Okay, and I think that you are learning to step into your own Emperor energy, not gender specific. So anyway, we've got a lot of fire, It's really time to take charge. It's time to create. It's time to be the boss. It's time to manifest and lead yourself, maybe others too. Let's see. We've got a little bit of water, we've got a little bit of air, and we've got a little bit of earth. So overall, overall it's pretty balanced. Yeah. Except for this heavy fire. But the fire, I think, is really good because it's kind of it's a fire that's coming from underneath everything, right? So this is just kind of, it's pushing its way up into the rest of these things. And ending with the 9, I think it's really a productive way to end the reading. But let's begin with the 6 of Cups. This is beautiful, tranquil energy. This is, I think there's been some turmoil in our life that we are recovering from. Maybe we feel like we've overcome that already. Some difficulties, maybe with the job or career, maybe with your creative expression. It doesn't really seem like it's much of a, I don't get much of a relationship vibe here. I get some difficulty here. I feel like we were working on this task or this project, the 4 of Wands, in the recent past. I feel like we've been working on that for a while. And now with this 6 of Cups, now we feel like we've accomplished something and we can take a breath, right? So I think that you've been struggling with something. Maybe you still are. Maybe this reading is kind of going to tell you what's unfolding in the next few days. I think that you're going to experience a true sigh of relief, right? I think you'll be finished with something, right? Something will be completed, something will be stabilized, and that's going to bring you a real sense of peace and calm and tranquility, a sense of satisfaction too, right? This is the pleasure of a job well done. Right. I think this is what you're going to be experiencing. Now, why is that coming now? Well, I think that you're receiving this insight, this kind of let's call it an enlightenment. that's going to help you solve this issue over here with the Four of Wands. Whatever this is, whatever's going on with this project or this cycle of work, this working, it could be a relationship, it could be a work thing, it could be a private thing, spiritual thing, something with friends, something with your, an avocation, extracurricular, some kind of a community thing. There's some project that you've been working on. We've been trying to complete it. We've been trying to finish it or put the finishing touches on it, right? Because it's not something that we're doing that's just going to go away after. We're not finishing something and then, okay, moving on. We're establishing something. Yeah. It could be something more abstract. We could be establishing with this Four of Wands, I guess we're moving over to the Four of Wands now. We could be trying to establish something like a more stable routine in our lives. Could be trying to stabilize a relationship of some kind. Stabilize our focus on health and well-being or nutrition or exercise, or we're trying to establish something. Maybe we're trying to establish a business. Maybe we're trying to start a company or a charity or some kind of volunteer work, some kind of a routine of some endeavor. Okay. But we're trying to get things in place. That's why it feels like kind of a finishing touch, or it's kind of just like we're trying to sort out the system here. And once we get it figured out, then we've got this really, really deep sigh of relief. It's just kind of relaxing at the end of a busy day with a, cold lemonade or something. It's really that kind of, we can refresh ourselves. We've earned our repose at this point. But what you're doing is not something, again, it's not just one, well, as soon as I finish it, I can leave it alone. No, you're establishing something. It's a routine, or it's something that's going to continue to be a part of your life. Okay? I think that's the main energy here, is that it's not going away. It's going to be an ongoing system or project or relationship or routine, something like that. But in order to solve this issue, in order to get from the work that we're doing here of trying to finish this project, trying to get it established, from getting here to here requires the Ace of Swords. This is the flash of insight. This is the great idea. This is when you're just about ready to give up and the answer that you need suddenly comes to you. It's like that aha moment, And this is usually when you are busy doing something else, or you're so frustrated that, in comes the dog barking at you, and you're getting more frustrated. You don't realize the dog's carrying the answer or is pointing you toward the answer or something like that, right? It's just kind of a random event that has that synchronicity to it that makes you kind of smile and say, yes, that's the answer. Now I know what to do. It's creative problem solving, really. It's kind of this creative blending of taking the randomness of the world around us as inspiration, as synchronicity. It's kind of a willed synchronicity almost, where we're open to it, and perhaps you could say we're creating it, or we are, because we expect it, because we're looking for it, that's what makes it happen. Yeah, maybe. That doesn't disprove synchronicity. And if anything, that proves it even further, But anyway, the answer will come to you, and we'll have this settled, relaxed. You can have your cold glass of lemonade or iced tea. And this work is now going to continue in some way. We have all this fire energy. You're not done. This is kind of the first phase. This is like you just got to get the engine started, right? We're trying to fix the engine. Well, we need the answer. We need to figure out what's wrong with the engine. Let's fix it. Once it's running, then you can sit down and take a break and rest and celebrate a little bit, and you've accomplished something here. But now your engine's running. Now the machine is working. You've got to go and, do whatever you were going to do with that car or that engine, that machine. incidentally, we see that with the Two of Wands. So this is the choice now. Are we satisfied with just getting the engine working, or do we have other plans? I feel like this is like a money machine, you know what I mean? Like you're really establishing something that just getting it working is difficult. Just getting that Four of Wands, getting the engine fixed, right, is a huge accomplishment. Now you have to decide, where are you driving? Where are you going? Do you want to continue with this work, or are you fine just getting it working and saying, okay, I don't want to do anything else. I'm too tired. I see some exhaustion here with the Ten of Wands down beneath the surface. You definitely have been overextending yourself, right? So this card here is a reminder that when you're in all of this difficult, I feel like you're still in between these two, right? I feel like you're still trying to you're still maybe today and the next couple of days. And again, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're watching this reading is meant for you right now, okay? And I think right now, we're just about to get this Ace of Swords. That's going to transition us from the Four of Wands to the Six of Cups. So no matter how exhausted and frustrated and tired and overworked and overburdened you feel, remember why you're doing this. Remember what the purpose behind it all is. And I don't know what that is yet because I don't see that card up there. That's what I think this card is, you know. And yeah, we don't always keep that card hidden, but it jumped out of the deck as I was shuffling, so we're going to leave it face down for now. Okay. So the big reminder is definitely to reconnect with Source. And I think that's what you're doing kind of with this Six of Cups. You're sitting down, relaxing, you're putting your feet up, you're cooling yourself off, you're getting the glass of lemonade or iced tea or whatever your cold beverage of choice is. Mine, I really like sweet tea. I've been really on a sweet tea kick. It's so good. Anyway, let's connect with the reasons behind everything. So now that we're not as active, now that we have fixed the engine, you can go back inside the house and you can just kind of, scrub the grease off of our fingers. Now we can try to reconnect with Source. And that's what we see over here with the Ace, right? We have a Ten of Wands, we have an Ace of Wands. So this really the 10 needs to remember where it came from. We need to complete the cycle of unity here and get back to that Ace. And that's exactly why this card is in your general energy, because your general energy is looking at this situation. And now that you're out of all of this kind of exhausted, overworked, spread very thin, your energy is really depleted at this point. Now you can relax. Now we can look at the situation and remember our connection to it. What is it? Why are you doing it? What does it mean? And what choice are you going to make now? Because now that we're resting, we have to ask ourselves, are we getting back up and going back to the workshop or the garage or the whatever mechanic store? Or are we going to stay here where it's comfortable and there's air conditioning and I've got my iced tea? Yeah. So that's the Two of Wands that we see here as this choice going forward. And if we choose to continue with whatever this engine, whatever this machine is, this project, this work, this business, this, whatever you've kind of fixed here, do we want to keep going with it, or are you done with this? I guess that's the question. And to me, it really depends on what we see up here, right? What the connection with Source is, what is your inspiration, what is coming down from above that motivated you to fix this thing in the first place, So if we choose to go forward, maybe we should, I don't know if we should look at this card now, or maybe let's take a little bit more of this energy first. So we're choosing to go forward, right? Because what's directly ahead of you is this Two of Wands. This is the choice. It's only your choice. No one's going to tell you what to do. Everyone will have their opinions. We have some air energy here. Five of Swords. This is in the position of what we don't want. We don't want to listen to everybody's opinions. You know what they say about opinions, right? They're like something that everyone has. But we do need to hear the opinions of others. We do need to be open to, what our loved ones might think. but not as a deciding factor. The Two of Wands is yours. The choice is yours. In front of you now is this you're at kind of a crossroads. And we want to hear opinions of others. I will listen, to the people, but they're not going to influence you. Remember, you're the emperor, right? So you need to listen to the people, but they're not going to tell you what to do. They're not going to. They're one factor in your decision-making process, right? The biggest factor, I think, is the fire energy and what we see up here. This all here is going to decide what you, the emperor, do. But the timing is now. The timing here with this emperor, it's time for you to take charge of your environment. So if this is something that involves your family, friends, coworkers, your religious or spiritual community, your neighborhood, whatever it is, it's time for you to step up and make a decision. People are kind of waiting for you to, to show them the way, I guess. So there's an expectation of leadership here that's on you. And that's part of the Ten of Wands here, that there's a lot of weight, a lot of responsibility on you. So this makes it even more vitally important that we connect with our inspiration and we really make the best choice here of what you do with all of this energy. It could be that you've done a lot of work over here and that's good enough. That's all you really want. You don't need any more. You want to just relax and be here in the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is great energy, peace, calm, luxury, and pleasure. Or are you going to put down the glass of sweet tea and are you going to go back out and do something else fantastic? Continue bringing this, whatever this engine is, using it to generate this Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles here is at the end of the path of the dove. This is us making tremendous progress in our life. This is us really generating and gaining. Now this is a machine. We've built the machine. We fixed the machine. Now the machine is running, and we're choosing to stay with it. And it's producing, whatever it's meant to produce. We keep seeing progress, right? We see more and more and more gains from this work. So this to me is you really in some ways living your best life or generating, right? Creating your best life. Because it's a 9, it's an active number. It's a function card, right? But it's also a foundational card. This is kind of a steady rhythm of our life it's a lot of work. It's like a business that is just booming, a booming business, right? This could be in your personal life. It could be still like that kind of workout routine, or the fitness goals that you had set, whatever this Four of Wands is, right? It could be a fitness thing, a health thing, that we've attained a good spot now. Now I just want to kind of relax. Do you relax, or do you embrace the rest of this fire energy and really double your efforts at the gym? Do you really go hard now for the next few weeks? Or do we take this as a time of just rest and repose? But if you choose to go forward, I see that a lot of success is being generated here. So you're going to see a lot of results. If it's your health, your gym stuff, if it's just in your relationships, spiritual or religious progress, if it's financial, if it's business related, career related. Do you stop here? This is fine. I'm cool where I'm at. Or do you keep working hard and fighting and struggling and, fire energy to continue getting more promotions and getting raises and doing extra work, going above and beyond, getting the recognition, striving ever for higher and higher plateaus, higher and higher ledges for you to rest on? Yeah. So the decision is really, it's really up to you. Either way, I think it's going to be perfect. Either way is totally fine, whether we're fine where we're at, or if we aspire to more. Either way, this is good news, right? Whatever path you choose, and that's why I think it's difficult for you to choose, because it feels really good here. right? When we get here, I think you're still in this transition right here. But once you get to the Six of Cups, you're not really going to want to go anywhere else. But if you do, well, there's no limit to what you can achieve. But we need these aces. We need to connect to source, right? I wonder if this is going to be an ace up here. This is the inspiration. This is why we're doing it. This is the deciding factor. This is what the Emperor kind of has to think about with these, aces and this Two of Wands. This is the factor here. This is what we're really looking at. And that's going to determine whether we go up here or whether we stay right here with this Six of Cups. This Six of Cups is nice. I mean, I would be happy with that. Well, let's see what this card is. Oh, it's a court card. Of course it is. It's air. It's air on air. It's a Prince of Cups. So maybe there's an air sign person in your life that is a factor. Maybe this is a friend, a family member, a business associate. Someone whose opinion does matter. These are all the people. You're going to hear them out, but it's not going to influence you. But this is who really does matter to you. This is the one opinion that does matter. Could be God, goddess, deity. It could be your own intuition, your own higher soul. It could be ancestors, could be guardian angels, could be your spouse, could be your partner, could be your best friend, brother, boss. Doesn't matter. Anyone. This is the opinion that matters. This is the opinion that doesn't matter. This is everybody else. You're going to listen. This is the opinion that really means something to you. Okay, so I don't know if this is someone that you're taking care of or someone that you are on this team with or running this business with or, someone you're on this journey with. Okay, because this is air on air. Doesn't mean that they're an air sign. But to me, this means that there's a strong connection as far as goals go. There's a need somewhere. Now, we don't see a lot of water energy here. I don't know if this is a romantic partner. But there is an intellectual connection. There's a sharing of ideas. There's a connection. There's a relationship here. Might be more business than personal. But their opinion definitely matters because in some way they're invested in this situation too. Okay. This is up for you to figure out who this person is. So this is the opinion that matters. Let's look at the mystery card. That's an opinion that matters. Our frog friend here, their opinion matters. I still can't decide on a name for our frog friend. I kind of like Hermit the Frog. A lot of people have suggested Hermit the Frog. I like that one. It tickles me. But I don't know. We're still thinking about it. So keep those ideas coming in, and whatever the majority wants. I guess this can be a democratic naming. But the mystery card here, maybe this is going to give us some indication of what you should do, or maybe a validation of a choice that you're already kind of leaning toward. I can see what you're leaning toward. I mean, if you've got this fire energy, it seems like the fire is still pretty much burning within you. You still have this aspiration. We enjoy the period of rest that we're going to get when we transition from 4 to 6 here. But I see a lot of this will and desire to keep going. In some ways, you feel like your energy is spent. I think that the opinions around you are changing. This is really the only obstacle, is that there are other people around you that just kind of say no. They don't want you to do it. Right? This is the only opinion that actually matters. And it feels like this person kind of wants you to go for it. Just a vibe that I get, because it's a prince, because it's a very action-oriented card. It seems like this card's always going to want to choose the active choice rather than the kind of staying still. See, this is a 6. This is a more stationary number. This is a form, whereas the 9 is a function, right? So it's kind of just, do we continue making progress, or do we just kind of chill here? And with the Ace here, too, I feel like we're ready for a new beginning. We're ready for the next phase of this. Maybe we're just waiting on confirmation. I bet you this is going to be some confirmation. Maybe a 10 of Pentacles, maybe an Empress. An Empress to go with the Emperor. Now that would be pretty special, because then your ambitions, your leadership now is being met by the universe, by nature, by Mother Earth, in this perfect harmony. Now all of your fiery efforts, right? Your leadership, your ambition, your confidence, all of that is going to spark a lot of abundance growing around you, right? You know what I mean? You're going to be in such harmony with this environment, with this world that you're in, like whatever the situation is, that it's really going to be successful, lucrative, and abundant, very profitable, right? What do you think? It's the Empress. So I feel like I kind of feel like the universe is saying, look, if you want to do this, you can have anything you want, right? We can create a wonderful, abundant, successful, rewarding, profitable, very productive world. But if you don't want to, that's okay too. I still feel whatever choice you make, you're going to be supported. Whatever decision you make, it's going to be a very stable decision. It's going to be, the result is going to be fine, whichever way you choose. If we choose to keep going forward, I think you are finding the perfect match. I think you're doing exactly what you should be doing in life. If this is a career thing, this is the perfect path for you. It couldn't really be a better match, right? These two are really a match made in heaven. You, in whatever work you do, whatever environment, whatever situation this is a magical union, right? So the urge to take advantage of that and really generate the abundance, I think that's a pretty overwhelming affirmation, right? These two cards. I think the Empress is the perfect confirmation card. I think this is the best reading that we could ask for. But the decision is still yours, whether you want to continue moving forward with this, or once we get past this first hurdle, if this is the end of the line for you, this is where you want to stop and rest, if this is where you want to stay, that's fine too, right? I think there's a lot of potential in this situation, a lot of potential for growth and profit and abundance. Now, Aquarius, we're going to do an extended. Click on the link that's up there. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Okay, leave me some comments. Let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.